Hey everybody, what's up? It's Jill, and today we are going to be updating an older Kodi to get the latest version and also add a different build onto the Kodi platform. So to get started, we are going to be on our main screen and we're going to go all the way over to settings, and we're going to go down to applications. And we're going to go to manage installed applications. I apologize if mine can't really see all of my stuff here. So you're going to go down and find your Kodi, and if you look over to the right, it'll tell you what version you're working with. So I'm working with version 17.3 here. So just to show you guys, I'm just going to launch it really quick so you can kind of see my setup of it. And you can see it's a lot older. This is one that has been in my kids' room, so it definitely needs to be updated because Exodus is really non-existent now. So you can see this platform right here. So just to kind of show you that, what I'm working with updating. So go ahead and click the home button. And what we want to do now is scroll right up to where it says home, to the little magnifying glass to the left of it. We're going to go ahead and click that. Now I already own this particular app. It may or may not already be on your Fire Stick depending on how Kodi was put onto your Fire Stick. But we do need to type out the whole thing, and it is Downloader, DOWNLOADER. And we're going to go ahead and select the first one that just alone says Downloader. And what we're looking for is that first one that popped up on my screen that has Downloader written in white with an arrow pointing down. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And if you don't have it, it'll say Get It. If you do, it'll say You Own It or something like that. Let's see, Download, You Own It. So we're going to go ahead and click OK to download it. And depending on the speed of your internet, it should download pretty quickly. If you did get an error message there, you do need to have a payment account attached to your Amazon account. This app is completely free, but for some reason now Amazon, even for free apps, is making you have a payment card attached to your account. So if you did get an error message, that's most likely why. If not, go ahead and install, and then we're going to go ahead and click Open. We'll probably get a message here pretty quickly. Yes, right here, and just click OK on that message. Sorry, I went too fast on that. And it's going to take our cursor right up to the URL line. So while we're there, just go ahead and click your center button on your remote. I'm not sure why this remote's working a little bit slower, but here we're simply going to type Kodi, Kodi .tv, and we're going to go ahead and click Go. So in that line up there, we're just going to type in Kodi.tv and click Go. And we'll go ahead and click OK here. And now we're going to scroll down with kind of your middle cursor, and we're going to look for that Android bot. We're going to go ahead and click on the Android bot, and then continue to scroll down till we find that Android bot again, and take the little red dot over to that and click on it again. And it says here we're going to be able to get Kodi 17.6. Now we want to go to the one in the middle, which is ARM v7a 32-bit, so get as close as you can to that and go ahead and click on it. And as you can see, it is downloading. So again, depending on your internet speed, it shouldn't take too long if you have normal high-speed internet. So what we're doing right now is we are updating, on my particular Fire Stick, the version of Kodi was 17.3. I'm now updating that to 17.6. And it says, do you want to install an update to this existing application? Your existing data will not be lost. The updated application will get you access to new or all. So we're going to just go ahead and click install. And there are some birds chirping here in Ohio. It is raining. It is one of the nicer days actually, temperature wise, but the rain just makes it So that's the nice background noise that I have right now. All right, and once that is, you get this where it says that it's been installed, go ahead and click done down there at the bottom. And then over here, we have that our file successfully downloaded. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that because we don't wanna keep, we wanna keep as much space open on our Fire Stick as possible. So go ahead and click delete, which I did. For some reason, my remote has a little bit of a lag. And do you really wanna delete it? Yes, I really want to delete it. Okay, so after you do that, go ahead and click your home button. And now, should take us back home in just a second. There we go. You can find Kodi in your settings the way we just got there before, or if you go to your apps and games, and you can find it there. Mine's coming up. So we're going to go ahead and click on that to open it. And as you can see right there, it says version 17.6. So we do have the newer version of Kodi that replaced the 17.3 that I had on this particular stick and whatever version you had on your stick that you're using. So now we wait. And I still have this older build on here, so that's something that we're going to change. And as you can see, it's the same one that I showed you before. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to System all the way at the end if you're on this same setup, and go to Settings, and we're going to go down to Interface, and we're going to go to Skin, and over here where it says Confluence or whatever type of version of skin you have, we're going to click on that, and we want to go to Estuary. So the third one down, ESTUARY. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And we're going to go ahead and click yes that we want to keep that change. And then we're going to go ahead and just click your back button because now we're on this. So if you joined me and this was the screen that you saw, then we're going to start from here. Now, since we've had Kodi on before, our settings should already be good to go, but let's just double check. So we are going to, I apologize, we're going to go up to the top here, right below where it says Kodi, there's a little gears button. We're going to go ahead and click on that gears icon, and we're going to go over to System Settings, and we're going to go down to Add-ons. And as you can see on mine, the unknown sources, the dot is white and it's checked. So make sure that yours is checked on that. That is a must in order to get what we want on here. So we'll go ahead and back out of that, and now we're going to go down to File Manager, and down here we're going to go ahead and go to Add Source. So go ahead and click Add Source, and where it says enter the path, we're going to go ahead and click on that, and you do need to type this in exactly as I do, or else you will get an error message. So we need to type in http:// repo, R-E-P-O, dot supreme, S-U-P-R-E-M-E, P R E M E builds BUILDS .com. So again, that's http:// repo.supremebuilds.com. And we're going to go ahead and click OK. And now we're going to enter a name for this source. So go ahead and click your center button there to name it. And depending on how much you have on your stick, we're going to do a dot so it comes up first. And you can call it actually whatever you want, just so we know what we're working with. I'm going to call it .supreme, SUPREME. But again, you can call it whatever you want. Just remember what you called it when we go to the next step. And click OK. And now we're going to go ahead and click OK. We have our path and what we named it, so we'll click OK. Now we're going to go ahead and click the back arrow to back out of that, and we are going to back out of that once again. So we're back here at our main Kodi screen. We're going to go down to add-ons, and we're going to click on add-ons, and then we're going to go right above, or I should say actually right below add-ons, there's a little box. It looks like the Dropbox logo. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And then we're going to go down to install from zip file. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And as you can see, our .supreme or whatever you named it, mine's right there. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And then we're going to go ahead and select repository.supremebuilds. And we'll wait just a second. It should come up pretty quickly, a little box up at the top right of your screen once that particular file is installed. And there we go, Supreme Builds repository add-on installed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go right up to install from repository. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And now we want to go down, I apologize. Ooh, I just got backed out. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go back into Kodi. You're going to go to, sorry. Okay, good. It took me right where I left off. So we're going to go down to the Supreme Builds repository, and we're going to go ahead and click on that. And here we want to select Program Add-ons. And we're going to select Supreme Builds Wizard. And it's already taken us automatically to the install, so go ahead and click your center button on the install. And here we'll just wait for a quick second. And our add-on was installed for the Builds Wizard, and now we're getting this message, and we're just going to go ahead and dismiss this message. It might come up again. And here we're just going to go ahead and click Continue. And we're going to go to the Build menu. And we're going to go down to where it says Titanium USA Server version 3.3, and that's, I'm sorry, USA Server 1. So we're going to go ahead and click on 1. And we're going to go ahead and do a standard install. So it's the one in the middle. Go ahead and click on that. Would you like Titanium to download and install? And here we're going to select Yes, Install. And this is probably going to be the longest part of the video, is just waiting for this to install. So hopefully you're following along with me. It's fairly simple to get this loaded, and once this loads up, actually after the Supreme build gets on there, we're going to force a restart on it, and then we'll restart it and open it up, and you should be good to go. And as you saw on my Kodi that I had on there before. Exodus was kind of my go-to add-on. You could pretty much find anything on there, and now it is pretty much non-existent. So the new one that I've had a lot of success with is called Placenta. Yes, I said that right, Placenta. And I've had a lot of success just this past weekend with watching a lot of new movies on there that are some still in theaters, but it's really easy to find stuff, and you kind of have to play around with it every once in a while because, like, for me at least, I don't know about for everybody else, but the open load streams never load, and it always asks me a question. I've had some luck with Mango Stream. So you really, once you play around with it for a little bit, you'll know which streams work for you and which ones don't. But like I said, I've been able to get a lot of stuff on the Placenta, so it's been pretty awesome. And while this is still loading, if you don't have Mobdro, I do have another video up on my YouTube channel, how to install Mobdro. It's very easy, and that gets you a lot of live TV channels. It's actually really good for sports. You get a lot of channels out of Canada. You get a lot of the ESPN channels, a lot of the Fox Sports channels. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the Fox, like what we get here is Fox Sports Ohio. So I have not been able to pull the local sports channels up on Mobdro, but most of the national ones I'm able to get, and the streaming has been pretty decent. So this should be finishing up pretty soon. My screen is probably going to time out for a second, so yours probably will too. I usually wait until the end when the message pops up and then I click it, but you can click it right away because it doesn't do any, that first click just brings you back to regular screen. But we will wait it out here. Like I said, it shouldn't be too much longer. Thanks for sticking with me, and I hope that this update works great for you and you're able to get all the content that you are looking for. And there is our screen kind of graying out a little bit. So I'm just going to keep mine grayed out until it finishes. It usually finishes pretty quickly after it grays out, so hopefully that's the case today. Almost there. Do. Okay, there we go. And it's going to ask us, would you like to force close Kodi or reload profile? And it is automatically highlighted on force close. So we're going to go ahead and click that just to bring your Fire TV back to life, and click it again to force close it. And that's exactly what it did. So now it should be good to go because we just force closed it. So we're going to go ahead and click on it again to open it up, and it should restart and show us the Kodi screen at the beginning and show us that we're on version 17.6. So let's see if it does that. Not quite, but we went to the TV add-on screen. And there's our titanium screen. So our build did load. And always when you're turning it on for the first time, it is going to auto clean itself. So I always go to whatever tab I am looking to find content on. So for example, I will go to the movies tab, and then I'll kind of just let it do its thing. So So I'm gonna scroll over to movies, and then it will go ahead and probably update a few things down in the bottom right corner. But as you can see on the movies tab, there is the placenta, which is the first one down at the bottom. Again, that's what I recommend using. I'll just go ahead and click on it real quick. Maybe that'll cause a few things to update. And we can see it's working down there in the corner. And I will say with the Titanium Supreme build, you might need to restart it again. Sometimes I find that the first time I open it, like right now, and it's kind of going slow and not really working, and there's some updates going on. But sometimes I find when I go to search for whatever I'm looking for, it does take a little bit longer and the streams aren't working as great. But if I close out and reopen, it'll work just fine. So you might need to do that on just your first time. But as you can see down there, everything is now updating. So I always just let that be, and obviously right now I don't even have any options to scroll down, but once they come up, I just make sure that everything down there in the bottom right is done updating. And I think you'll find that the search features are pretty much the same as they were on Exodus for you. I also noticed that it does save your searches now. Like if you search for something, it'll pop back up into the search column when you go to search again. So that's something that's a nice new feature. And again, it's just cleaning out the system here because this is the first time going through. I'm actually just going to go ahead and cancel out of this just for the purpose of the video. You can let it run on yours when it first loads. Let's see if placenta is going to open now for me or if I need to back out. Thanks for bearing with me on this video. I wanted to keep it under 20 minutes, but sometimes my internet isn't as fast as I like it to be. So for the sake of just searching real quick, I'll just go down to movies. And I usually search from people watching or most popular, so I'll just click on people watching just for an example. And again, it shouldn't really be taking this long, but, and then there you go. There's a list of the current movies that people are watching on the platform right now. And then once you click on that, of course, you'll find all your streams. And like I said, I've had a lot of success with Placenta over the weekend. I was able to get a lot of great movies, some that are still in theaters, to play in great quality. So I'm going to go ahead and just click my back arrow again, and that's going to take me back to this main screen here. And like I said, Placenta is going to be a great one. Play around with everything though, you know, and see what works best for you. Placenta also the same on the TV shows. And I will say that if you come to the main menu here, and if you do you can go down to SB Wizard, and I don't recommend doing this right now, but if you click on that, you can always do an update right there on the Titanium app, and it will give you the current working apps. Total Cleanup is just going to clean up everything, but it pretty much does that for the most part on, you know, every time you open up the Kodi. So hopefully that helps and you're good to go and you're able to get a lot of content, and I've kept the video under 25 minutes. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this helped out. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you. Okay, thanks.